Alright guys, July 18th, it's time to put this Audi Allroad 2.7 Quattro under the wraps and finish it up and get it out of the garage. So we're almost there. Previous videos that you guys may want to see if you've barely seen this one is removing the front end, changing the AC compressor, coolant lines, the upper and lower over there, and this bushing, and the camshaft sensor. And on this video I'm putting it all back together so I can get this out of the garage. If you guys remember, that front end was pretty wrecked, so you will have to play with that a little bit. I'm probably just going to put that little support beam and leave the bumper off, but I don't know, we'll worry about that when I get to that. But for now I'm going to start with putting the belt back on. We have a new one right here, so we're going to start with that. And I think that's all the new parts. Yeah, I've already used all the new parts. So that, the radiator, and then the AC condenser. There's a new one. There's actually is a new AC condenser, and that's really about it. This is pretty much done. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna set up the camera, start with the belt, go to the radiator, compressor, AC condenser, and then the intercooler piping, and that little intake tube that was right here. And hopefully this goes very smoothly so I can get this done, and then I gotta take it to Firestone and get the AC refilled. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. I'll mention it later in the videos, in this video. But let's go ahead and get this going. Back on. Now it's time to get the fan back on, and we're gonna keep cruising from there. Alright, don't forget for the belt, it's a 17 millimeter to move the idler pulley or tensioner pulley, whatever you want to call it. 17 millimeter. Also, don't forget the fan. This has been replaced before because they have a screw here. Okay. Also, I followed the wire. You guys can see. For whatever reason, this wire is clean cut. I don't know why. I don't know what it's there for. I don't know what it was used. I don't know. But I zip tied it out of the way so it does not hit the fan. So that's all done. I think next is going to be putting on the radiator. So I don't know. I can't think of anything else at this point. So radiator it is. No, the other fan, actually. I gotta put the other fan on. I kind of remember what I had to do for that, so I'm gonna go ahead and start playing with that and get the other fan in place. So a quick note on this one, don't put that intercooler piping in yet until this fan's in. This is like a screw on the inside. So on one of these, there is a tab right here, if you can see it. That one should be up here. And I remember I had to mess with this when taking it off. So from this point, I'm going to start fighting it. hopefully it goes on nice and easy. One, two. Trying to get this third one. Gotta really push it towards the camera, towards the bumper. Just gotta get them all. And there it is. We'll stop it right there. Shows you when enough. I just gotta find a screw that will go into that. Screw it in on this side. And that's that. It's not that bad, guys. I just keep looking at this guy like that guy's gonna be harder and harder to get to, that clip for the lower radiator hose. But I'm sure from underneath I'll have enough space. But there goes that. As I mentioned, I'm gonna get that screw right here. And I'll turn on the camera after I get that. Don't forget, this is the plug for the fan. Run it across nice and tight. This was, when I got the car, it was hanging and it was hitting this fan and it was kind of cutting it up. Granted, this fan was not very strong at all, but keep that in mind. Keep it nice and tight, zip tie it along the top here, and just keep it away from the fans. But, alright, I'm going to go ahead and get that screw in, zip tie this up, and move on. Alright, just to go over what I'm going to do with the radiator, because I don't know how much the camera's going to pick. I'll try to re-angle it, but I got to get these two lines on. Then I have to get the lower radiator hose and the upper radiator hose, which is right over here. So I'm going to try to set up the camera. If I remember correctly, this one didn't have a bolt, so I'm just using a different bolt that I have. So I'm going to use this bolt, and I believe this one came off that bottom one. So they'll both have bolts now. But I'm going to go ahead and try to set up the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I'm going to have it leaning outwards as I bolt everything up. I should have enough room to pull all this stuff out and tighten it up before I put it on the bushings. So almost there, practically done now. This is the easy stuff. Okay guys, this took me a while to get this line on. You really gotta line it up perfectly straight and push it on. That's the only way it's gonna go. I've tried about every other way. And this is with the bottom radiator hose on. I dropped my screw. Let me get that back out. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. See it right there? It is flush. You definitely got to push it on straight or you're not going to get it at all. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on the screw that will work right here. Tighten it up. Remember, the bottom radiator hose is on. And next is to push on this top hose, which hopefully won't be as bad as that bottom hose. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera, get this guy screwed on, and then turn it back on when I do the top one. Alright, just to go over how I had to get this one in. It was a bit of a pain. Don't forget, there's two bushings that slide right here, and then this piece slides into it. I put that bushing in there on both sides. This side is not pushed all the way in yet. This side is. So keep that in mind. If you follow this line, there's a little bracket down below, which I'll show you guys. I had to unbolt that. It's held by 10 millimeter. just so that I can adjust this bracket to the correct angle that's needed to get it to slide in. Now I'm going to put the bolt on it, maybe, and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bolt on there, and then I'll show you guys what I was talking about down below. Alright, under the car, let me get a light. Alright, let's see. That is the bracket that I'm talking about. So that is the line that I was adjusting. Okay, hopefully you guys can see. Now all that's left is just this top radiator hose. Pull that clip back some. That's how I've been doing it. This has room to go forward. There it is. It's on there. Whew. Super excited. Now those bushings are pushed forward. These little guys can go in now. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to play with that side for a minute. And turn on the camera. There it is, guys. The last new piece to this car. New AC condenser. This will actually look pretty nice because I don't plan on putting the bumper back on. So this will look pretty sweet. Forget to grab your old AC condenser bushings from your old one. Knew something was missing. Well, got 10 minutes left on this memory card, so I'm going to keep rolling through. All my memory cards might be full, so I'm a little concerned about that. But I'm going to go ahead and get these AC condenser mounts on. But we're almost there, guys. There's one more thing missing. There's that little fan, that's what it is. There's one more thing I got to put on here. Which, let me take a look at that real quick. For whatever reason, I feel like this AC condenser is a little tight on this side. I feel like there should be more slack because there's a gap here, and it's super tight on this side. Don't forget about the fan. The fan goes right there with the bolts going through at the bottom. But super tight fit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera and play with this and figure this out. Okay guys, so I have the fan on now. I did mess up one of the bolts, but I had a spare one in my bolt drawer, so I replaced the bolts. Yeah, the bottom bolt's on there. The wiring, I ran it down here and through the side and up and right to where it plugs in, right back in this area. Next, is to finish off these two AC lines. Remember, this guy threads right here. The new compressor came, the new condenser came with a O-ring there. So I'm just going to go ahead and tighten that guy up. And down here, I need to replace these O-rings and then put these guys on here. So I'm going to take care of that. Plug this guy in. The two intercooler pipings, and we should be good. So we'll go ahead and get this finished up. Remember, I'm tight on memory space, so I'm trying to get everything for you guys and at least let you guys know what to do next. Okay. Alright guys, the AC lines are on. I changed the O-rings. Notice how I had to do this to tighten up this guy since I can't get an extension back here. I started with this AC line in the back, and I used this one. The back one's stripped kinda, so I had to use a T40, and I used a small extension. But what these are, when they're not stripped, is a T45, which is what this one is. So I got that nice and tight. It's all butted up, it's all closed. All that's left are the two intercooler pipings and whatever of the front end that I can place on here, which really isn't much. And then also to, all these bolts that were across the front here, and throw on that pipe, which is all stuff I'm going to do. I'm actually going to see if I can find another memory card so I could record this and keep it coming. Okay, I got 2 minutes left on this memory card. So bolt this guy up, bolt on the headlights, and some intercooler piping. I'm going to start with this. Okay, had to break out the old Sony camera that I've had for a long time. I think it's been like 10 years. The GoPros, all the SD cards are full. The Hero 2 I have, but I need to find the charger for it. But let's go back to this. So I got those bolted down. This intercooler piping is now on. So that's good. Now I just got to put this guy on. The bottom intercooler piping, and then whatever of the bumper that I want to do. But hopefully the camera quality still is nice. I tried to mess with the settings, but it doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this camera, and let's keep it rolling. Okay, back from O'Reilly's. Oh. Back from O'Reilly's, picked up some coolant, and I had to pick up this tool to swap out these guys for the AC. I forget what you call them, something valve, just so you guys are aware. They're right under here. So I'm going to get to swapping those out real quick. They're right in here. I'm not going to record it. Should be pretty straightforward with this little tool here. So I'm going to knock that out real fast. Okay, let's see if this focuses. There it is. I replaced this one. This one was the right line. So the bigger one was this guy. the left line was the smaller one. So keep that in mind. You'll use this side for the smaller one and the bigger end for the big side. So keep that in mind. These guys are trash. It's been replaced. Now I'm going to fill it up with coolant. Battery's dead, so I got to pull the battery probably from my Integra so that I could jump start this. He says it's a new battery. Yeah, 7 months ago is new, but I am going to throw some coolant in here now. Call me crazy, but the top line off the radiator hose is how I'm refilling it. I started filling this, water wasn't going down, or coolant. Maybe this is the right way. I don't know. You guys tell me. But I'm going to fill it up like this. This is my second gallon. It's supposed to take 1.6 gallons. So I filled up the reservoir already. Alright, following day, got a cheap Harbor Freight jumper box. So let's go ahead and give this a try. It's been sitting on there for 5 minutes now. Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's got a little smoky. I'm assuming it's all like the brake cleaner and stuff that was that may have hit the turbo, or any area that could have got hot. It's just kind of burning off, or even coolant that has spilled. But I don't know. I may end it here, or I may add a little bit more clips of the front end being added. But it starts now, guys. That Harbor Freight jump box came in clutch, and it should be good now. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a while and come back out in a little bit and start it again. Okay guys, wanted to do a quick outro for the Audi. It is now out of the garage. The owner just picked it up yesterday. Today is July 25th. So, and most of you guys noticed the turbo that was sitting here. That's going to be covered in the next video. But that Audi was probably the hardest car I worked on. If you're part of the Audi community and subscribe to watch that series, those videos specifically on that car, just know that car will come back for more work in the future, and hopefully I can pick up more Audi business in the future and bring you guys more content of Audis. So like, subscribe, share the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's the Firestone refilled the AC, and there's no more leaks. So it was good. Everything that it did was good. I only had to go through it once. So that's awesome. I'm proud that I was able to do that. But it's ready to roll. Next video will be about that turbo kit or the turbo that was sitting right here. So like, subscribe, share, and hopefully you guys continue and stay along for the ride. Thanks guys.